Good morning, students. Welcome to online session of Social Sciences. In previous class, I have explained democracy in the 20th century and principles of democracy. Today's class, I am going to start with topic democracy and equality. The Constitution of India provides for a democratic form of government. India is therefore a democracy. Dear students, you all have understood that there are different types of governments, and India, it is having democratic form of government, and therefore India is, as it is also called, that India is having democracy. The government is accountable. Accountable means answerable to the people. Why? Because these people are the ultimate source of power. How? Government gets all its power from the people, and they are doing work according to the will of the people, and that is why they are answerable to them. Constitution is to establish democracy. Democracy means a system in which the government of a country is elected by the people. Socialism means a form or a political idea that is based on the belief that all people are equal and that money and poverty should be equally divided. Secularism, the belief that religion should not be involved with the ordinary social and political activities of a country. So here this constitution, it is establishing democracy, socialism and secularism. To achieve this goal, our institution has given to the people a very strong and reliable tool. One, very strong and reliable. Reliable means that you can trust. Two things have been given to people, which is very strong and which is trustable. Easily we people can trust it. That reliable tools have been given. This tool is the establishment of a democratic form of government. This is used for to make a democratic form of government. Now, this equality is a key element of the democracy. Many elements are there, and equality is the key element which influences all aspects of its functions. Equal right to vote. First of all, we are having equal right to vote. Now, in a democracy, the government is set up by the people through the process known as voting, where they cast their votes in favor of a particular candidate at elections. Now, as people, they are having right, they can choose that their favorable or their favor candidate, so that they can come into that rule and work according to their will of the people. In our country, every citizen above 18 years age has a right to vote and consent in election. Every citizen of India, it is having, that particular person is having right to vote, but that age should be above 18 years. Therefore, we are free to exercise our right to choose our government. Now, this voting helps us to choose our government. This is called universal adult franchise, and this is an essential element of all democracies. Democracy is the government of the people, but everybody cannot sit at one place and run government. There would be chows. Chows means many, that confusions will be there. If you are saying that particular country is having democratic government or democracy is there, it doesn't mean that each and every person is sitting there and they all are sitting at one place and they all are running that government all together. It is not like that. It will create confusion only. So what is happening here? The people, they are electing their representative. The people who will represent a lot of people and who will govern on our behalf. In our country, all men as well as women, irrespective mean no matter what, no, their caste, their creed, their religion and place of birth, they all are treated equally. They all will be entitled to participate in election. All participate equally. There is no discrimination. Discrimination means differences between higher and lower caste or between rich and poor. Other equality, as our country it is a democratic government and it is supposed to do work for the welfare of the people. But here one question arises, do all the people in our country enjoy equal freedom? For this we'll see some points here. Unfortunately, our society is divided into different castes and classes. As you all know, many castes are there in which our society is divided. So many castes and classes are there, and all these castes and classes, what they are doing, it is hampering. Hampering means disturbing the political and economic equality. Our society is caste ridden. It is full of numerous social groups. Caste ridden means full of caste. That frame of our society is full of caste, and this social groups are numerous. Numerous means they are existing in a large number. One caste is decided on the basis of birth rather than profession or other criteria. Now, what is the base of this caste? We are not, that society is not divided on the basis of any profession or any another criteria. The society is divided on the basis of birth. However, in every society some are rich and some are poor. Now in every society there are people they are divided as rich and poor. But in our society some people are said to be high caste simply because they born in a particular caste. Same why they are called called as belonging in high caste, because they are born in particular caste. In contrary, some are treated as untouchables. Untouchable means that some caste are there, the people those who are belonging to that particular caste, they are not to be touched by the others. Though this is illegal under law, now this is illegal. In the modern remote area means that is far away from where other people are living, or you can say far away from that particular time. In that areas of huge country like us, where old fashioned means believing in old ideas or customs and inhuman ideas. Inhuman means not seeming to be human, still holds sway means influence somebody. It is said fact that people from this certain caste cannot mingle freely and dine with others. Now the few that people they are belonging to remote areas, they are having old fashioned ideas and inhuman ideas, they are still following this caste system, and on the basis of that they are not allowing that other peoples to be mingled with them. Mingled means mixed. They don't want to mixed up with that other peoples, and they are not allowing them to meet with them and having that something to eat with them. There are still some classes of people who are stunned in a social gathering. Stunned means to keep purposely somebody away from something. Many people are there that are not allowing that people to come with them and have something to eat like that. And they are debarred from the public places, and they are also debarred means to exclude or to prohibit, to not to allow to come that particular place. Many people they are not allowing other people to come in public places like wells, tanks or temples. Such outdated beliefs have to go if democracy is to survive. If you want democracy survive here in our country, so this kind of outdated belief should be removed. Recognize dignity. Now, in this paragraph, we will read a story about the experience of a Dalit child attending school. This story is that part from the autobiography in a famous Dalit writer Om Prakash Valmiki. This is a picture of that autobiography, Jhutan, a Dalit's life written by Om Prakash Valmiki. Now in this paragraph we will understand about the dignity. So here Uh, the story is the part of autobiography of a famous Dalit writer Om Prakash Valmiki. Means in this he have mentioned the incidents of his own life on the like a story. He described that he had to sit away in the classroom and he was in class 6th from the students of higher caste. Means that students they were allowed to sit there high belonging to high class or low high caste or low caste, but this Om Prakash Valmiki he had to sit away from the high caste students, and that time he was in class 6th. Now the mat was there. On that mat the other students were sitting, but that mat ran short for of the spot he was to sit on. Then thus he had to sit on the bare floor. Now that mat was short, then Om Prakash he had to sit on bare floor, and sometimes near the door. One day the headmaster of the school asked him to sweep the school and the playground. He was not a boy of strong physique, man, he was weak physique, weak physique, and the playground was very large. It was a difficult task for him, but as it had no choice, he started sweeping the playground and the school. His whole body was covered with dust. Dust even entered in mouth and nostrils. Hammering away in his mind was the thought that while other students are studying and he was sweeping. One question was there that was going in his mind, that why that he only doing sweeping there and other students, while the other students they are studying. The headmaster was watching him constantly. Means constantly that headmaster he was watching Om Prakash. Then Om Prakash was not even allowed to drink water. He kept cleaning the school and whole day from the doors and windows to the rooms of the school. He was made to sweep the school for the next couple of days. His sweeping came to an end only when his father, passing by the school, saw his son sweeping instead of studying. Means he was that Om Prakash, he was not having that much dare, so that he could ask his teacher ki why only I am sweeping and other students are studying. He was not having that much courage. This continuous sweep, he was cleaning and sweeping that school till the day when his father saw him doing sweeping instead of studying. His father had a hot discussion with the headmaster before holding Valmiki's hand as they left the school. His father shamed the teacher for his unethical attitude and told him that though they were leaving, he had better remember that Valmiki would continue to study right here, not just him but others who would be coming after him. Means his father had a discussion with the teacher and he scolded him at the shamed the teacher for this unethical attitude. Unethical means that it was not related to any ethics. As why? Because the teacher he is teaching some students there and saying Valmiki to clean the school. That is an unethical attitude. And his father said that Valmiki, not only Valmiki will study here, but the students or the people like that children like him, they will study here only. Now here the dignity of Om Prakash Valmiki was violated because the way in which he was treated by picking on him and making him sweep the school. Because of his caste, Om Prakash Valmiki's schoolmates and teachers hurt the dignity badly and made him feel as if he was less than equal to all other students in the school. Being the child, Om Prakash Valmiki couldn't do very little about the situation that he was in. It was his father who, seeing his son sweeping, felt angry by the unequal treatment and discussed the teacher. Why equality matters? Now, Unless we are able to provide equal opportunities to all the section of society, democracy cannot be established. As we have already understood that democracy means equality, equal rights to every person here. Means if we want democracy, that every kind of equal opportunities to all sections should be provided. Each and every one of us is made of the same blood. The color of the blood is same. So why people